friends, Crystal here from Homemaking on the Homestead, and welcome to my channel. I guess I'm getting kind of in the mood for fall. It's only the middle of August, but I just had a craving for some soup. And today seemed like the perfect day. It started out super cloudy. It's still a little bit cloudy, cool, even a little bit of rain. And I just thought, ooh, this is my opportunity to make some soup. It just sounds really good. If it's not soup weather for you, well then just save this video and you can come back to it in the fall when you're ready to make a pot of soup. Because it was kind of impromptu, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I looked in my freezer, I looked in my refrigerator, my cupboards, and decided exactly what I was going to do. I'm kind of just throwing this together on my own, but I am going to be making a soup with frozen vegetables. I buy a mix of cauliflower, broccoli. It's got some orange and yellow carrots in there. You could just do all broccoli soup. You could do it all cauliflower. It really doesn't matter, whatever just sounds good to you. It's going to be a creamy, cheesy soup, so I am going to be adding some butter and cream cheese along with it. I am going to be cooking my vegetables in a little bit of vegetable stock that I have. You could use water, you could use chicken stock, whatever appeals to you. At the end, I will be adding some half and half and some grated cheese. I also pulled out an onion. I may chop up a little bit of onion and just throw that in with the vegetables while they cook on the stove. Okay, I'm going to bring you closer and I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this together. To start with, I have 32 ounces of frozen vegetables, and I am just going to put these in my soup pot. I'm going to add 2 cups of my home canned chicken. Actually, this is vegetable stock. Like I said before, you can use whatever you want. I have a video where I made this, so if you haven't seen that, I will link that. I'm turning my burner on high. And I'm going to cover this, let it come to a boil, and cook until my vegetables are super tender. I also decided to go ahead and chop up a little bit of this onion, and I will throw that in there next. The next thing I'm going to do is grate up about 2 or 3 cups of cheddar cheese. You could use any kind of cheese that you like, whatever is your favorite, whatever you have on hand. I have about 4 cups, which is probably more than I need, but that's okay. I plan to use half of a cube of butter. So I'm going to cut that in half, set that aside, and same with my cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and I am going to use half of this. I'm also cutting it up into smaller pieces so that it will melt easier once I add it to my soup. My veggies have been cooking for a few minutes, so I am going to go ahead and throw some seasonings in there. I'm adding a little bit of salt, and you can add whatever seasonings that you like. I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of granulated garlic and a sprinkle of some seasoned salt, Johnny's seasoning salt. I'm going to stir this up with the seasonings. They still need to cook for a little bit longer. But I'm going to go ahead and just add my cream cheese. I'm just going to kind of set it right on the top so that it can soften while the vegetables keep cooking. And I'm going to do it the same with my butter. I'm just going to set that in there so it can melt. And now I'm just going to let this keep cooking for probably another 10 minutes or so. We want all these vegetables really soft. I'm also turning my burner down to kind of a low setting so it just kind of gently simmers away. This has been cooking for about 10 to 12 minutes, but some of the stems, like on the cauliflower and the broccoli, are just not quite soft enough. So I'm going to let it go for another 2 or 3 minutes. Now everything is nice and soft. I'm turning my heat down to low. And I'm going to stir this in and stir all the cream cheese and the butter. Because I'm making this a creamy, cheesy soup, I'm going to use my immersion blender now and blend it all up until it's smooth. You could easily do that in a blender too if you don't have an immersion blender. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just turn my heat off. Okay, this soup is almost done. I'm going to add 2 cups of half and half, I think. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. I'll start with a cup. You could use milk. You could also use cream, just depending on how creamy you want it. And when you're mixing it with the immersion blender, you can also leave some of the vegetables a little bit on the chunky side or have it super smooth, whatever your preference is. If you like your soups really thick, then you might want to just stop at 1 cup. And now I am going to add the cheese. I grated about 4 cups. I thought maybe I'd use 2 to 3 cups, but because I'm just winging this recipe, we're just going to see right now. That's about half of what I grated. And if your soup cools down a little bit too much to melt the cheese, you can turn your burner back on low. Just don't do it too high. I think you could also make this in a crock pot. Set it on low for 3 or 4 hours or something like that. And throw the cream cheese and the butter and everything in. Other than, I don't know, you might be able to throw your half and half in there as well. Well, that's looking good. Smells really good too. I'm just going to go for it. We're going to make this a really delicious pot of soup. And I'm going to put the rest. So I had about 4 cups of grated cheese, loosely grated, loosely packed 4 cups. Also, you want to test it for seasonings. Mine tastes pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more salt. Maybe some pepper. But I say just adjust the seasonings to your own personal taste. Okay, now I'm going to take a taste. Like I said, this smells amazing. And it tastes even more amazing. This is the perfect soup. It just fits everything that I wanted today. Now, I made it for lunch, and I think it would be great as an easy lunch with some crackers or a sandwich or something like that. As I was making it, I thought this would also be a great one for a dinner. You could add ham or cooked up crumbled bacon or cooked chicken to it at the end. Serve it as a main dish with some biscuits or cornbread, and it would make a fabulous dinner. So I don't know if you are ready for a soup this early in the summer or at least while it's still hot, but if you are, please give it a try. If not, you know, save it and try it, because this was really, really yummy. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like my content, would you consider subscribing? That would mean a whole lot to me. Alright, everybody, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.